On the roll, Mike Janik's here, Diane Santa is
Here.
here, Rob Coulter is
Right.
here, Nancy Driggs is here, Nancy Mello is here, Dennis Milborn's here, Jerry Larkin, Ellie Byrne, and Donna Edwards. Not at the moment. So we've got the meeting minutes, item 2 from August 5th for approval. They had been drafted and revised. Everybody had an opportunity to look at them? And are there any questions, concerns, or comments?
Nope. Motion to approve. I will move to approve.
Okay, so Nancy's motioned. Second?
Second?
Diane is second. All in favor? Aye. We are unanimous.
Was Dennis there though? Can he second these minutes?
I didn't second it.
No, Diane second.
Can you,
Oh, good question. Can I second if I was absent?
no, you took them
Which one are we talking about? Which one are we talking about?
Last meeting.
last meeting.
Oh, last meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I misunderstood you. Can I just ask a question? Well, okay. I just noticed there was a typo. I was just gonna have 2 words removed.
Do you have the draft or the final?
So good.
Up at the top, it lists it both on the,
Is that good?
Where's your text?
It's on,
We can administratively fix it first.
okay. Diane Santa, the reference requested, the reference. Diane Santa,
Okay.
just these 2 words.
Okay, well, that doesn't need another vote. And now we can't sign them tonight because I have to reprint them. Nothing gets past her.
all right. Our third item is general administrative items and updates, and that may be where we can talk about the, moving the 16th to the 9th.
And do we want to talk about who we were going to have come in?
Yes, and refresh my memory.
Okay.
Who did we have on?
Hold on. I have it in my notes. We had a really good plan.
But that was weeks ago.
Can I update on 2 items while Diane's looking?
Absolutely.
So I've reached out to the probate judge 3 times and I've gotten no response. So I think I've done that. And then I think I might have mentioned that I did get a response, a nice substantive response back from the town sergeant. And I followed up with a second invitation if he'd like kind of dedicated agenda time. But I didn't get a response to the request for agenda time. So I can share the feedback I have at whatever point, but I don't think we need to schedule either of those 2 on your tracker. So just wanted to make sure I reported that out.
So let me come back to that in a minute so I don't lose this piece. So it was Mike Marcello. You're going to see if he could attend on September 9th.
I probably did say I was going to do that. Invite Mike Casella at meeting September 9th, change 16th. This is about September 9th. And I don't have that update. I apologize.
So can everyone here attend on the 9th if we change the meeting date to that?
Yeah, that's fine.
I can, yep.
Yep.
The second, I'll probably be out. I'll probably be
Do-
Okay.
Do we know where would it be here? Do we need to find a place?
I gotta find a place.
Okay.
I just confirmed the location, so I'll let you know as soon as I get that.
And that would be our next meeting
For
after
tonight?
tonight?
The second is,
Second
isn't
would be.
it?
Oh, the second.
Second's the day after Labor Day.
It is, yeah, you're right. Okay. So that would be here.
That's at the library.
Right?
The first meeting of the month at the
You're
library.
right, that's right, the library. And was the question whether to even have that meeting?
That was
Keep
okay.
the second, okay.
Yeah, second
Changes
and the
instead
9th
of-
would be the plan for September. And
Instead of
the
16th.
16th, we'd have to change
Okay.
that off, take that off there.
Yep, that works for me.
Okay. So,
And that one would then, oh, you don't know, but
1, 2. So we have at least 6 people. We'd have a quorum, which is what we really are concerned about.
the other question I had, I noticed that I did not put time down the time of adjournment on August. Should we, does that matter? No, seriously. Okay.
Do you
No,
know what it is?
I don't know. That's why.
I thought that was right about 8 o'clock.
It was around 8, but I remember.
We were out after they had left, so it was probably 8:10, 8:15.
Does it matter?
Only if you're asking.
There were no
I can
votes.
find it because I texted the library person.
That's true, yep. I didn't have my phone.
Can that be also just changed by agreement?
Would there be any objection to me administratively adding that to the final version? Okay. The meeting adjourned.
I have meeting adjourned and then I suddenly realized I didn't write down the time. And
I'll
I
put
know-
at approximately whatever Diane tells me.
It was 8:23 on August 5th.
23.
Got it, okay. Thank you.
Sorry, guys.
What was the temperature at the time?
It was 72 degrees, lightly raining.
In the room it was hot.
You must have been tough taking depositions, people.
Do we have any more,
So we're gonna have a meeting on the 2nd, not regular meeting,
Yep,
and you think you have a quorum for the 9th?
yes. We have a quorum, I just gotta identify the location and the.
Because it's gonna be a little difficult for me to make it, but I will. But I'm not gonna make it if there's not gonna be a quorum. I mean, if we're gonna do
Well, we've got
business, I'll
everybody
make
here.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
Everyone here
arrange
says
my
they can be
schedule.
here.
Okay.
You would be 6.
Okay.
Do you know, would that be a special meeting or are we rescheduling a regular meeting? So I should update the
Rescheduling your
regular
regular
tracker.
meeting.
Okay,
I assume
that's probably how we should, because if we know up front we're not gonna have the 16th, then I guess it's
Yeah,
really
it's
a
not
regular.
really a special meeting. I think it's our regular 2nd meeting to change the date.
Yeah.
Okay, that's how I'll do
So
it.
you have to go in and change your annual meeting thing.
Okay. Will do.
Now, are we gonna discuss what we're doing on those days?
We, at least for the 2nd, we can do that.
Okay.
Now, we still have
But
some.
there was a reason for the 9th, other than some people couldn't make
I
the
think
16th.
it was
Was it?
Marcella's schedule.
Oh,
think.
Marcelo's schedule.
Rob, could we go back to what you shared earlier? I wasn't
Absolutely.
ready to take notes on that.
Sorry. I was just saying, one of the things I had suggested to do is to reach out to the other elected town officials. I think I reported out the town clerk would like to attend when we take up the budget, which is, my understanding, will be at least one dedicated meeting once we've finished going through the charter. I think I reported out on that before. I have not been able to, either by email or phone, connect with the probate judge, so I can give it one more shot, but I think silence means consent on that one. I mean, my message
There's
did
only
say,
so
like,
much
if
can
you don't
do
have any
for
changes,
that.
no problem.
Runs under
So,
the state court stuff,
yeah,
so
and
it's not a
then
lot he's gonna.
the town sergeant, let me just check. I had a nice conversation with him and I got some nice feedback, but I didn't get I had offered twice to have him come in and have dedicated agenda time, and he hasn't asked for that, so I don't think you need to schedule any of those 3. if you'd like, I could share now or later some of the substance of the feedback too, but administratively, that's the update.
From the town sergeant?
Yeah.
Well, this is the period for the update. If you want to go ahead, we can just work through that.
Yeah, I mean, I'll summarize, this isn't, a confidential email or anything, but looking for a little more explanation as to what the duties are, who he or she answers to, if anyone, some type of identification, like a ID.
Okay.
I don't know that, it's just my commentary, I don't know that all this needs to be in the charter, I'm just giving you feedback.
Yeah.
This I got verbally and in writing, a strong disagreement that the sergeant should be precluded from serving on other boards and commissions. You'll remember that our charter says that if you're on an elected board, or if you're an elected officer,
Yeah.
you can't serve on any other board or commission, at least not officially.
It's
And
job description. We're not gonna put job descriptions in here for them. I mean, it'd be crazy to put everyone's full job descriptions. That is his job description, his or her job.
yeah, he said a little more
But
explanation.
we used to send them to the police department to get a identification, like, little badge. But I know we've had town sergeants in the past that wanted, guns, uniforms, and the whole caboodle.
I think we should get that too.
Of the police department.
The vice
When
chair
you
should be armed at the meetings.
No, but I mean, I don't think when a town, it says it in the charter, but I don't think they really realize that that also involves bringing stuff to the Board of Elections and going around for special meetings. They're supposed to be delivering the notices and all. It's quite a task for that position. But it does say it here, but I don't think it's realized there's that big a task.
Hey, Donna.
It'd be nice to hear his comments on it.
Well, that's good info, Rob. Was there anything else that,
That's all I have.
does anybody else have any general admin items or updates?
I do not.
Okay. Item 4 on the agenda is acknowledgement, potential discussion of received and potential new proposed charter changes, including public input. So, the only member of the public is doing the camera.
Do you have any comments?
No.
Any proposed charges?
Do we want to go through the list, or how should we probably should share that and get everybody an opportunity to look at those.
Which was the,
Well, do we have anything in the proposed changes?
well, we've got this whole spreadsheet that's tracking, is that what you mean?
The discussions? Yeah, that's not anything we're going to discuss here, or we'll be here all night.
Right.
So, who is shared with that? Just you, Rob?
I can share it with everyone if you like. There's Donna.
That's great.
What are you sharing?
Her spreadsheet.
It's a document that I've just been recording my notes as we discuss things, and we haven't formally approved any changes, so it's just a record of our discussion and what was suggested.
It's a Google Doc, right?
Yeah.
So you're sending it like by email?
Yeah, you'll get an email link to it.
Yeah.
That is probably something we want to put on the agenda for the 2nd.
Yeah.
Okay, will do.
That would be good. So I gave you all comment access, so if you see something you have a question on or you want to add more information on, you can make a comment and then it will show up for others. But that won't work, because that'll be a violation.
I'm thinking
of your
about it,
open
I'm thinking
meeting.
about it,
No,
yeah.
no, View access, let me change the access. And then if you want to just record comments or questions that you have by section number, where, you know, that most of the sections we have talked about, so, so if there's something there that you want, you know, you think we should clarify, or, and also I know we had talked about where different sections of the charter are connected, we might want to remind each other that if we're gonna make this change, we'll have to go back and.
But you're
Right.
saying we can't do it individually on this thing? We'd have-
You cannot, so,
Okay.
because that would be
Right.
a
It's
violation.
So do it here. Just
So
make
you're-
notes of what we want to discuss here.
No, you can view this document
Yeah.
on your own.
Correct.
But
Mhm.
then, yeah, bring your notes
Yes.
for
Okay.
next time.
Okay.
Perfect.
So if we could make sure that's on the agenda for next time, that would be great.
Will do.
Make sure I can open it.
Does the, I'm sorry to bother you, but do you have does the file have a name to it?
The file is CRC Recommendations Tracker.
Thank you. Excellent.
Sounds very official.
Okay.
Okay, so with that, as something for the September 2nd meeting, I suggest we move to agenda item 5, general review and discussion of existing charter. For those who weren't here, on Article 13, I have a bunch of blanks for 1303 through 1310. Did we just blow through them, or did we not discuss
I think I covered them, and we did
everything? So I had no
So,
notes, so must not have been a lot of
in my minutes.
discussion to it.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry.
Article 13
Oh, here.
is 10.
Article 13, I have Article 13. Oh, I'm sorry. What I had in the minutes were section 1301. No concerns with 1301. And the section
1303
13
was to check with the solicitor.
And then 1302 will change if
So I wrote
statute
it right in my
elections in the
book.
town get passed.
Yes. Well, I think as we,
That's-
Some of that we were
That would have to
saving
change,
for when
yeah.
Mike could say,
Mike comes, yes.
Right.
What did you just say, Nancy? I'm sorry.
As well as section 1215,
What did you say about section 13?
because I wrote it right on my chart. I've got requests of solicitor and check with solicitor on section 1303. So I think that's where we left it when he came. We were gonna
yep, yeah, we,
check with him.
that Article 13 was mostly the carryover of
Right, and whether
provisions.
1305 and 6 was even necessary anymore. And we said that was an issue.
These are the transition provisions, whether we can just, we have transitioned.
Or does it
Yeah.
mean for transition of any change we make? And we said we'd address with the solicitor. He hasn't been confirmed for the 9th, has he?
No,
No.
not currently.
If we'd like to go through it, I could list all of the sections that we'd like to ask him about, so we can send them that in advance. So I know it was section 1205, amendments to charter. Did you have, what were the others on your list, Nancy? Thank you for reading them
I've got it
down.
written by section 1303, the continuation of laws and ordinances. Checked with 1304, it was the 1303 down, the pending actions and the continuation of agencies and whatnot. And I know I wrote it right on my charter, so it's,
I also had 1215, codification and revision of ordinances.
Yeah,
I've got asked solicitor about that.
1217, I had past solicitor.
And what was the issue with that again?
Let me go back and look. Plus 17 was health benefits for elected officials.
And we suggested at cost.
That's
Because
right, yeah.
I
You
remember I raised the issue
did.
that I had to voluntarily say, no, I'll pay. Now I'd like it back, if I could. Now I realize that was a mistake.
So 12:15 on, 12:15, 12:16, 12:17.
Most of them.
I didn't have anything written next to 12:16,
No,
just
I think it
12.
was just the
Just 12:17.
codification.
Oh,
Just 12,
Nancy
15.
says something
Do
about
we
the health
remember- Do you
benefits.
remember what our exact question was around that, Nancy?
Oh, jeez. Yeah, 12, 15, and 12, 15. I'll tell you in a minute. I think we were just wondering if something's hitting me, whether it needs to be that often, like how many, what the timing of the codification.
Yeah, and I think we started to look at all of the town ordinances, and I think it was, is that really happening?
Yeah,
Is that the
that's my
process?
guess, yeah.
12:17, we did say health benefits. Oh, involved TA and TC housekeeping. Because that's solicitorship.
Yeah, and I wrote down what you
Yeah.
said, but I'm not sure I understand. I'm serious, like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
I think it was confusing because it says health benefits for elected officials, including the school committee, shall be limited to the position of town clerk, town treasurer, or other persons.
That has nothing to do with the school committee, so.
So maybe it should just be health benefits shall be limited to. And get rid of omit for elected officials, including school committee.
And it should state at cost. It should
That was
state
the
that
other
it's
thing.
available, but they'll have to pay for it like any other town employee.
Should that be in the charter?
Mm-hmm.
Should that be in the charter? That sounds like something that would be in a contract, not
They
necessarily
don't
in
have
the
contracts
charter.
because they're elected officials,
Oh, okay.
so there's no
Yeah.
definition of anything. It's just an at-will volunteer, whatever you want to do.
Yeah,
Some paid, some don't. Prior to me, they didn't,
right.
but, I mean, you're getting the benefit.
So I don't know what this phrase, health benefits shall be limited, blah, 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 shall be limited to the position of town clerk, town treasurer, or such other positions as contained in the adopted unified budget as approved by the town council. Does that mean every year?
It changes, right, it's offered to others. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, I don't know what
Yeah.
it means.
Yeah.
Shouldn't it then say, or?
And the last
Maybe
line,
as may be contained,
in the last sentence,
subject to. I think it's weird wording.
So I'm wondering who currently gets health care.
treasurer utilizes the town insurance. Or at least
Such
did
other
before.
positions as contained in and adopted.
I don't know if she does
President
now.
Town Council.
You think so?
Her husband's retired. So
But I
maybe-
mean, suppose the town council did not adopt it, then
Right.
they're in violation of the charter.
Cause usually. if this
Suppose they didn't
spouse,
adopt
one or
that
the
in their
other does
budget.
it.
And we had talked about having the town treasurer and the town clerk. I know it was discussion, nothing
Appointed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
appointed.
appointed,
Then that would eliminate
the need for
the
that.
idea of elected officials
Right,
receiving health benefits.
right. That would be in their contract. Mhm.
That needs some working on.
But by the solicitor?
I don't know necessarily if that's a solicitor question, maybe it's
No,
more of a
I think it's
Patrick
us.
question.
Right.
Maybe it's more of a
Patrick.
Patrick question to get a sense of how does it work now and what contribution rate do they pay?
Well, I think the town is pretty unified in their insurance now. There's a set amount that they pay because they're on that, what, HSA
I
or
was gonna say,
something.
Are there state limitations too?
So there's a
Like,
set, I know.
In Massachusetts, there's a.
Yeah, I think it is set in the
a
town though.
State, set amount, no more than.
Is
People
it
can't pay
kind
more
of
than
to that
49%.
I think all the contracts are
Right.
unified now in the health insurance. Even the DPW just went on it. So that
So,
it's across the board.
so
I
it sounds like
think.
it should read that the contribution rate will be consistent with other contracted employees?
Yeah, now this could very well be a conflicting amendment, because suppose an amendment goes on to say the treasurer should become an appointed position, and the clerk,
Mhm.
town clerk. And then this goes on
Right,
to
right.
say that you now have a conflicting amendment on the ballot, if that were the case.
Right.
But that's okay, right?
Well, I think for housekeeping purposes, you would probably want something different under that section stating no elected officials shall receive health benefits. Because there's no other elected official that is considered a full-time official.
Right.
So I think that's gonna be a,
Would it help if it were worded elected officials who are full-time employees
but
may
you
be
can't
eligible for healthcare?
define an elected full-time employee. Because the very fact that they're elected, they don't have set time, set
Oh, I
this,
see.
set
I
that.
didn't
See,
realize
so
that.
it would be,
So technically, the treasurer
It's-
doesn't,
yeah. I think we need to come back
Have
to
to
that.
start.
We need to come back to that. I'd like to see just a statement saying no elected official, and then see those two positions become, or at least one of them or two become appointed. Because they both are full-time positions.
and if we think back to the discussion on 1303, continuation of laws and ordinances, do we remember what our questions were around that?
The 1215 one?
No, 13.
1303.
13.
So we only went to 1302. We didn't say anything about 1303.
I had down a note just to review with town solicitor. Was there a question about process, like,
Continue in effect, except as they are inconsistent with the provisions of this charter. What's chapter 154 of the public laws?
1974.
Shall apply to tenure for permanent full-time police officers.
was our question in general, does the town solicitor, or will the town solicitor review the charter to make sure that it is consistent with any changes to state law?
Does he and
Or will he?
would he?
I'm sure he will, but again,
It's a,
if the General Assembly ratifies it, it becomes equivalent of state law. But as a practical matter, if we try to overturn like a
Right.
generally applicable state law, we might be asking for
I
trouble.
think it
right?
was, is the solicitor aware of any sections that will be changed as a result of state law so that we don't spend too
Right.
much time on any
Right.
sections?
I think that was right.
I remember
Yeah.
talking
rings a
about
bell.
that, yeah.
Rings a bell.
Yep. Right.
Yep.
Otherwise, we're just wasting breath.
so, just to back up a little bit to the health benefits thing, I'm looking in the unified budget, and under insurance, we have the group health insurance, actives, retirees, the dental for actives and retirees. This 1217, it doesn't say if that's at no cost, or is that understood, or?
I'm just saying there was no cost prior. And then, I don't know how many years back, and what you just said. I think
I'm wondering
I
if
think
there's,
Chris was on the budget committee, it was before the budget committee, and I said, this is crazy, we should at least, it was, I think they paid $3,000 a year and pay no co-pays on prescriptions or whatever, at the time it was, I don't know what they've done with it since. And then we said for $3,000, you should be, just add that to mine. I don't believe at the time, the only other full-time position was treasurer, and I do not believe at the time she was utilizing the town's insurance.
Okay. It is
But I
kind
can
of,
tell you there have been, even after retirement, that we have paid clerks health benefits, and I just didn't think it was right, but
on into
that's me. The
retirement?
next person doesn't have to feel like that.
That
Because there's
must-
nothing telling them they have to.
It must be in their contract somehow.
There's no contract to elected
For
officials.
well, that's just,
right,
that's,
right.
you know, as I said it, I'm thinking elected officials are not gonna have it, so what is,
So the
What is the-
question about, you know, whether or not it should say that they pay, maybe that's addressed by where it says as contained in the adopted unified budget, where when they calculate the healthcare costs of someone, they are deducting the amount that they would contribute. So maybe it's, because
Yeah,
that
so-
could change so often, right, with healthcare plans and contribution changes.
well, it'd be interesting to know the history here. Where did this,
I think
How
it's
did
pretty
this
unified
originate?
right across the departments, I believe, now. I
That's
think
where I was-
that's something the administration
What
kept,
unified?
the cost, of-
Of-
and it's the plan, the cost.
well, if I look at the town clerk budget, there's not a line item in there for health insurance. So I'm gonna guess.
But you
that-
don't, if you looked at any other department, you're not gonna see a line in there for,
No, so
health
it's,
insurance.
so I'm assuming it's in
so
this
under the
group.
administrative figures, all that out.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, as adopted by the unified budget, suppose a council decided, no, Donna shouldn't have insurance.
You're picking on Donna again.
Well, you're
Back
a
to me.
convict.
If
last
she
time.
were the elected official
Right.
and it wasn't in the budget,
Convicted.
what does that, how does that leave her?
Leaves me as an
I really do it to protect whoever is there.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't much care whether they do or they don't, but it's only fair that they're protected too.
No, I agree. I think there's some cloudiness about this particular, and maybe there's clarity somewhere, we just
Yeah.
haven't hit the right place.
Well,
And
Will the
even though
treasurer
they're
do
not.
Let's just
Or
think
have it.
about
I
it
was
and
wondering if the
re-raise it
treasurer or the
on
clerk.
the next meeting.
I mean, there are other
I
people that
think
probably
we
has
gotta-
these records.
Yeah, somebody's gotta have how this all came about.
Yeah, and I think there's a big difference between a town clerk or town treasurer that are working on a daily basis and maybe they don't have a contract for a specific number of hours, as you said, Nancy, versus a school committee member. Or,
We've had counselors, I mean, I think it should be clearer than what that
okay, so we'll
is.
just,
But well, I'll think about it and raise it again the next meeting.
Okay, so if we're gonna use, and everybody will have an opportunity by next meeting to review the Google Sheet, and we can have some discussion on the proposed charter changes that have been discussed over the past 7 months.
Yep.
And what kind of, how we wanna, phrase it,
Right.
clarify which ones we wanna start to, rank as our priorities. Then we look at the September 2nd meeting to do that.
And we changed there's a meeting on the 9th, correct?
Second of the night.
Did you tell
September
Bob?
2nd.
Yeah.
Wasn't here.
How many people are coming on the night?
6 currently.
Oh.
So
and
September
Mike,
also
can you
gets in,
reach out to Mike Marcello.
yeah, I just sent the email, I did that a little earlier. My bad.
Okay, so the sections that we have so far, 1205, 1215, 1217, 1303.
Let me jot those down, because I'm sure he'll ask me what, like, so 1205,
1205,
yep,
1215,
yep,
1217.
okay.
1303 through 06.
What was the discussion around 1304? I don't have that in my notes.
Continuation of obligations.
I've got a check by that, nobody had any problems with it.
Yeah, I had also after 1303, but was there,
I didn't have any.
what are you concerned with, Nancy?
1304, she said, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, there's a check there, I think that just means we didn't have an issue.
Oh, I thought the check was that you thought we were giving it to the solicitor. Oh, okay.
No,
Okay, good.
no, the check just meant he read it and nobody had any.
Yeah.
Okay. When he does respond to me, and he says, well, what would you like to discuss? I'll start with those,
Mm-hmm.
and if he looks for more detail, then I'll get a little more information together, but at least that'll give him something to prep for. We can talk about what other issues might be.
Can I ask what makes sense? Like 1304 says, all taxes levied or assessed by the town prior to the effective date of this charter. Does that mean the founding charter or each amended charter?
That's the founding charter I can probably go to.
Okay.
That's a
Right, this
transition,
charter.
transitory, yeah.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, so that's basically saying what's happening right now is not going to be changed by this charter for these items. If we change the terms for the town council, it's not going to, those will be covered in here. If there was something going on.
If people vote to
that anybody wants to jump back to? I know I might be opening up the door, but this is the open discussion time.
Let's see.
If this is general discussion time?
Correct.
Okay. I'm just wondering, with only 6 or 7 scheduled meetings to go, will any of the council members be coming before this board? Who is our liaison? And
David Paul.
David Paul? Okay, but will we be having, we've had the budget committee, we know their concerns, but what about the council's concerns? I mean, we haven't heard how satisfied they are with the system and how it's running. And are they fully aware of what other people's issues are with it? It might change somebody's mind, it might, you know, generate some interest with them. Are they satisfied with the way that goes this way? I know the general consensus of people saying, oh yeah, casino money, but we were told it was not. But it does by being through the Capitol, and sometimes just the public hearing that and getting all the facts together. How satisfied are they with this idea of it being an ordinance? It's not this council that voted that, the present council, right?
Right.
No, it was the prior council.
Correct.
So I'd like to know how, you know, I'd like to hear from the councilors as to, because there's new councils on it, and I know they come and go at 2-year intervals. Hopefully that'll change, but I'd like to hear what if they're all content with the system the way it is, or not. Maybe they are. But I mean, we haven't heard the opinion, and I think before we get down to the real nitty-gritty of saying these are the specific ones we want to address, because you're not going to address everything we've talked about, it'd be too much, but the specific amendments we want to address, it might be good to hear their comments on it. You know, what do they think about staggered terms for councils? What do they think about a budget committee being elected, but yet they're not comfortable because they have no charge per se? Or at least they're not perceiving it to be that way. You know, if there's another side to this, I'd like to hear it.
Right.
So I think we're remiss if we don't hear from councils.
Oh, I agree.
Dennis, were you on there when they approved that
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
budget change? Are you comfortable with it?
I mean, sure, yeah, I mean, I think the majority on the council right now are also.
Well, they may be. I'd just like to hear them, what their opinions
No,
are.
I agree.
here.
I mean,
But,
not just that, but probably other things they should come in and just
yeah,
have
and
conversations.
and see what it has, and the fact that you said the town clerk would like to come in and discuss, especially with the budget process, because maybe her duties on that, I don't know.
Well, my understanding is once we do this first pass, we're then gonna start putting agenda time in on the budget itself. Is that still,
Yes.
maybe after the solicitors and the next one, or is that too late?
Yeah.
But I would like to see some input from the council. I think they're a key part here, and I'd like to hear what they have to say.
No, I agree with you, Nancy. We need to have that conversation, but I think that what we had discussed was we would get kind of narrowed down to what our priorities are that we'd like to bring forward to discuss. Get them at that point, which would probably be after the September 9th meeting at the soonest, so the first meeting in October perhaps. And yeah, we're starting to run out of time at that point, so we'll have to get them in October. I would say would be the best time frame right now with the time we have left after that. And
Because
then
you want to
we'll
have a public
finalize-
hearing, and by then, you need to have the ducks in a row.
Yep,
And
agreed.
I think they're part of getting the ducks in a row.
So, but I don't wanna, I would be concerned about opening it up to
Come back.
13 charter articles for them to discuss if they were gonna go completely off the rail on what we've discussed.
Right.
If they have a specific thing that's near and dear to their heart, and they want to bring forward, it's not going to matter what we bring forward anyway, unfortunately. So I suggest, and what we had discussed earlier was we put together what we feel are what we'd like to see them take a look at. We can bring them there. David's had an open invitation to our meetings to this point. I can reach out to him again, but I've probably 3 times over this course of the 7 months I've touched base, given him
Yeah,
the
I think
schedule.
you've done your diligence.
Did Paul. And we saw him at the library. He had some other meeting that conflicted with the timing that we were at.
And it's planning board? No.
Well, is it the suggestion that we start with our discussion of the budgeting process on the 9th, Rob, or even the 2nd?
Well, if we've got Mike here on the 9th, that could possibly fit, but we've got some other priorities as well for him.
Did that include section 203? Because I put on there, come back, the section 203. Is that part of the budgeting thing? That's on
Appropriations, wasn't that your thing?
appropriations.
203
203
is
or 3.
appropriations, that would be part of it, yeah.
Part of the
I
budget?
think so, yeah.
Oh, that 500,000.
Okay.
And it might,
Yeah.
So if we review the,
And when was Jerry Locken going to be able to come back?
I don't know.
after Labor Day,
After, so he'll be here for the 16th.
hopefully, maybe
I
the
mean, the
2nd,
9th.
maybe the 9th, yeah.
And I think you said we're gonna hold
Missed so
off
many.
till we could get.
Well, we wanted to have everybody that's, elected to the commission an opportunity.
I just
to-
feel that we're getting
Well, we don't want to keep
close to
putting
the
off.
end and it's gonna take more than a meeting to discuss some of this stuff.
Yes.
You're right, you're right.
And,
And they have to come to meetings.
Yeah, so the 2nd of September, we'll be discussing what's on the Google sheet that we shared with you.
Can we have more than 2 meetings a month?
We can. It's certainly,
We can
if we
decide to do that.
realize that we're just up against it
Which
and
we
there's
may
not
have
enough
to.
time
I
left,
think
yeah.
we might have.
especially if we want to set a real public hearing on our
Right.
side.
So,
I would don't do it in September though.
Well,
no,
No.
I'm
More
gone
time-
for
maybe
2
more time
weeks.
than that, but
yeah, this is probably like in November.
Or
Timeframe.
even October.
yeah, my
Meetings in
October, November,
October. September's tough.
because I'm gonna do that volunteer
Yeah, so why
cash program
is that?
Oh,
for
yeah.
the
To have more
seniors.
than 2.
So there's training
Right
and
now,
then
we
I
get
do
2
a
right
Thanksgiving
in a row.
dinner for
I know,
Second
but
and the
who's
9th.
worried
But
about
I
kids
try to
like
make what
that?
No, I'm just
I
saying.
try
busy
first
as
to
far
make
as-
what my commitment
Because
is.
we couldn't.
It's
meet
just, I
on
feel
the
like we're gonna
following
be at the end
September.
just throwing all these meetings
We couldn't
in
meet on
instead
the-
of
on
spanning it.
Every other for September.
I think
That's
you're,
what we had to
you're probably
do
accurate.
2 in a
Well,
We're
how
row.
gonna
many
have-
items
So we have
are
a
we,
meeting
do
on,
we want to present to the town
Second.
council?
and then again on the 9th.
No.
We've thrown a
Well, why
number
could
of,
we
Can
didn't
we
do it on the
switch to-
16th.
Can we join for one conversation here? We've got 2 different places. Okay.
so we had, early on, we discussed, in the range of 10.
Right,
And so,
that's shrunk down, I'm assuming? That's still at 10?
let's talk about all the articles on the, that we start to review on the 2nd, that you look at the notes from the sheet, and
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
if we say we've got 25, then we can all say this is not gonna fly, for one. We know that, I don't expect that they're gonna entertain that many. They pretty much said as much to me when I was before the council.
Are we including the housekeeping ones in that too?
Because that gets combined.
Because the
into one.
housekeeping ones can really add up.
Keep those separate.
Yeah, just separate, okay.
Yeah.
All right,
If
And-
that, if that became one submission,
right, because there was a lot.
yeah. Good, I'm sorry.
oh, and as of right now, they haven't reached out about anything they would like to change.
But there's not
That's- that's-
Yeah.
That's the question you want to know.
Because what's,
And we don't even know,
if they're
That
not
may
in
pass.
agreement with some of this stuff,
we don't even know if all
where
six
are we
would pass.
going?
Right.
Yeah, so let's prepare to have a discussion on what our priorities are.
On the second.
Then we'll get in front of them and see where the alignment or the disagreement is. And maybe we can get together with them and get, something put together for the.
Is there any
voters.
sense that anybody has, like when we had, when the Tello and Doverstein, is that his name?
Budget, yes.
Came before, and I wasn't here, but I read the minutes, I know what was said. Has the budget committee addressed their concerns, does anyone know, with the town council?
I think they
And has
have,
Doverstein addressed his concerns with the town council, do you know?
I don't know that. I know that what I will say is that they have, expressed the quote-unquote paper lion concept with the town council when they met. So, and the town council basically acknowledges that you're advisory, that's all you are, whatever we put forward is what the final budget is gonna be presented to vote.
Do we establish that's the only role that we have? Is it just advisory? I mean, is that,
That we have?
do we
No,
go
haven't.
into, I guess, legal detail if that's it?
We can ask Mike about that, but he pretty much has said that,
You're not gonna get a different answer from Mike.
who was it that gave us that,
So,
DeSisto?
I don't want to speak for everybody here, and I don't wear the bullseye of this term, but I don't think all of us agree that we're just advisory, but I
Right.
don't believe it's the sense of this commission, just like the last commission did not. The last commission did go in executive session and but decided to ultimately leave it as a political question. So I would put the pressure on Mike and Diane, but I believe, based on some conversations that we've had, is that we will, I'm going to put myself a charter change request to clarify it, which may or may not pass this body, but although I don't agree with the suggestion that we're just advisory, I don't believe that we intend, unless you all take a vote and tell us to challenge it.
Right.
Is that, did I say that fairly, or?
You did.
Okay. I
No,
just wanted to-
you're accurate.
Um,
The only,
But I think it could try to be clarified. We actually tried to clarify it last time, and that was one of the requests that was blocked by the town council to even clarify,
Right.
which was, I think it's fair to say, was a disappointing result, so.
How are they
whether-
gonna clarify it though? They're just gonna restate that they think it's advisory.
Well, we could change the charter, literally, to remove, because right now, it's ambiguous, right?
Right.
I mean, you can kind of read, and there's a question of what the Constitution has to say, so we could, if we really wanted to, we could, and you'll see me propose it, we will, and it may or may not pass, but to clarify. And, but
What's the,
if they won't act on it, they won't act on it, so it's either going to be resolved legally, politically, or not resolved, right?
when you say there's a question constitutionally, the state constitution?
Yeah, it's like,
Is
you heard the.
does it go back to the legislate, what defines, what is a legislative body? So we talked about that.
You
That's
gotta
what it
read like
says
the
in
13-page memo on this, but yeah, we can ask
I'll have
Mike
a copy
too,
of your
but,
memo.
But-
yeah, I sent it out a while ago, but, the only analysis we've ever gotten from town solicitor, who was then Anthony DeSisto, was simply to cite a case in Middletown. But that case was about adopting a charter in the first place, not amending it, so.
Okay.
I mean, there's no case that's on point, no matter what you may have read somewhere, so. So that's one, I mean, we've got 3 or 4 months still, so at some point I'm gonna put that forward and see how people react to it. But unless somebody moves, otherwise I think we're gonna strongly encourage the council, we're elected. We've tried to say we'll bring forth a meaningful, like 10 or less cooperative outreach, and so hopefully that's exactly what will happen.
Rob has pretty much said exactly the way it kind of looks. If you start going into the state constitution and looking at the enabling articles in there, and
Right.
they're ambiguous.
Right.
You get into our charge, and it's a little ambiguous. It's a matter of interpretation, and the interpretation was that we're advisory.
Okay.
What we put forward is not automatically going to go on the
Right.
ballot.
And if that be the case, then I'm going to be presenting an amendment that says charter review commissions should not be elected, nor should budget committee be elected if we're going to serve as advisory, which I don't know where I stand on all this, but I will tell you this. They go out, they become elected. Now let's forget charter review. This was what the budget committee members were saying. They go out, they have to get the same signatures, they have to get on a ballot, they have to get, and then they have little or no authority or definitive duties for it. Same as us. So why would we be electing a budget committee? Why would we not just say the council wants a working body to aid it along in some of the budget process? We discussed having a finance committee instead of an elected budget committee was one of the key things that I'd really like to see, is just a finance committee, because this budget committee seems to feel, well, they actually sat and said, we're gonna resign.
But it all just changed because of what this town council did in changing the way the budget
Well, the
process
finance
works.
committee's not a bad idea either. I know we're gonna discuss it further on, but something like that would assist in the budget process, because the treasurer stated that why shouldn't they do it? They're the ones that are dealing with it. Well, I say you shouldn't, because I'm the taxpayer paying for it. One of many, but still. So if that's the way the trend goes, and that's the way to better the town, then maybe that's a way to look at it, a finance committee, and no longer have budget committees. If you're not gonna give them any real authority, what do you want them to do?
But there's sort of another way to look at it too, in terms of just the town structure. Do you want one entity, an elected entity in the town that has total control over everything? And that's what's happening. They've taken over the budget committee. They've taken
And that
over.
came about because people didn't like the idea of going to financial town meetings and everybody having a voice and
The town
said,
referendum came about because of that,
yeah,
not the town council running the whole thing. That's different.
yeah.
When the FTR came in, there was still an active budget committee that presented their budget, that presided over the financial hearing before the financial town referendum. And that's what's been altered. And everything now is in the hands of the town council. And I don't think that's right.
Well, I think it warrants more than a meetings discussion. I think it's gonna take a few meetings to get through that.
I do too.
And that's why I
think we
worry
have
about the time span we have left. Because isn't it December 4th that,
Yes.
Yep. At this point, is there any other articles that we want to discuss? I don't know that we solved anything necessarily, but we have got a little plan going forward for September. As soon as I hear back from Mike, I'll make sure and confirm the 9th, the location, the time, everything we're gonna be doing there.
and
Maybe,
Jerry should be back by then.
hopefully Gary's back.
Yes,
Ellie,
Ellie
Jerry?
Burns.
Where is he?
he's been tied up with,
It was on the news tonight.
Oh, he was?
Yeah,
Was it the bat in the,
everybody
one of the
was,
state buildings?
There was a bat in the state building?
no, it
DCYF
was,
headquarters, or-
Yeah, they
Oh,
shut
really?
down.
Oh, just get
no,
rid
it
of
I
had
don't know.
something to do with the health
A bat?
department, civil.
Got in the building, so they closed it down.
What building is this?
DCYF?
Just
I
go
thought
get
I
rabies
thought I saw,
vaccines.
yeah.
Simple. Just.
Just one bat?
That's what we did.
I know,
Maybe
it
it's
was,
something
it was
else.
kind of odd.
So that sounds like a
But yeah, so
plan.
hopefully Jerry's back, Ellie's back, and, you know, we've got the.
I don't know where Ellie is. I
Team here.
haven't seen her.
Not since the time in the library.
No,
Is she back from Scotland?
don't know.
Okay.
I thought she was just gone in July, but.
But I'd also suggest that, yeah, let's look at your October and November calendars. We may end up having to add some meetings
Yep.
and see where, you know, you have available. So when we start the discussion, you'll be able to, give some feedback.
And can I urge everybody to read Rob's memo? I think you all got a copy.
I have.
You know the joke about lawyers, right? One lawyer on an island is stars, you put two lawyers on an island and they're both overweight, you know, so. So, take,
You're talking about his memo dated,
I think the suggestion is, although it's a fine piece of legal writing, let's just get it clarified one way or the other, instead of living in this gray. where,
it's the April 16th memo,
Yes.
right? That's
What, 2018, I think?
you know.
April 16th, 2018.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll read it. Did I read this before?
I think you read it many times.
I read it a couple of times. I forgot it. I'll read it again.
Yeah, it's important.
The other thing too is, you know, we had requested of the town council to have our own attorney. And that has happened from time to time. If there's the town solicitor is appointed by the town council. And so that request was not approved either. But again, I suggest the goal isn't to like have a thumb wrestling match over what it looks like now. Figure out what you want, advisory, not, and just make it clear. Is my
As of today,
Forward-looking.
would you be amending,
Yes, yeah.
would you want to amend that in any way, that memo, or does that stand just
Oh,
as
the memo
is?
itself? I'll ask Mike, but I'm not aware of any, this has never been litigated. There's so few elected charter review commissions, period. So Steve Clark did a whole review of the state on this, and I think there's only like 2 or 3, maybe Lincoln. So I could check to see, but I doubt that any have moved that direction. If anything, it seems to be a consolidation of power, but yeah, so I mean, we can, there's no question that the town council always has the right to propose charter. That's, the question is, can they block proposals coming from an elected charter review commission?
And
That's
they,
where it's gray.
They have the
So.
final say on language.
Yes.
Just
yes.
as it appears.
But that just cleans it up to make it,
Puts it into the
And
ballot.
with the town clerk, there's like they both share.
well, the town clerk is
Oh.
after the fact. Once it's been adopted,
Yeah,
then she has to fit it into the,
Yeah,
she
sure,
already has to
yeah.
fit it into the,
Yeah.
but it's all in the
But they can't
lawyer's
change the
hands.
meaning
Prior
of
to
it.
that,
It's
it
just-
was Andy and
right.
who just made sure that, and they reviewed the legality of it as well.
Yeah, and it had never happened before. No other
Yeah.
charter review commission was blocked. I mean, I think it's, but anyway, yeah, you can read it.
Yeah, I read it.
We'll try to get clarity too, and
See?
obviously none of us ran with the intention of just being present and not having anything that would be a tangible result at the end.
But that's what happens. if
Yeah,
you-
it's
if you
disappointing.
Just say you're advisory and they say, we don't like it. They're not gonna get people to run, and they're not gonna
But
get
just to
people.
clarify, even the budget committee, did anyone run?
No, not now,
Right.
because they've been
Right.
neutered.
Right.
But they,
There used to be
but when you were
people
talking
running all
about,
the
they
time.
got the required signatures and that didn't happen. It didn't happen this year.
time
Right.
or 2 years ago. It has
Right.
not happened since the change because they removed it.
But
There
it
used to be a
doesn't
lot of
change
people
the
who ran
fact
for
that they're
budget.
elected officials.
Right. Well, it could be that, it could be anything. I mean, we can't put words in people's mouths. A lot of people
Because
decide
like it
they
or
don't
not,
want to get involved and they
people
just,
voted for them
right.
And they took the job.
and they accepted it.
Okay, if there's, stop me if I'm getting too fast here and pushing this too far ahead, if you want to still discuss anything, or if not, are we looking for an adjournment?
Sure. I
Yeah.
think we're good, because we've got homework.
We have homework.
We do have homework.
All right. Why are you laughing?
Because he has all.
This is our one public
Is there a motion?
person.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.